Let's jump to the noise brush, which is all about adding some randomness to our guidelines. Let's see how it works. Head strength controls the tips of guidelines. And middle strength controls the middle part. We are allowed to lock specific axes among X, Y, and Z. For example, if X is locked, the noise brush will only affect the Y and Z axes, and so on. Alright, let's dive into use roughness. Check it and we get some parameters. Fixed shape, uniform, endpoint, random, seed, auto-seeding. Let's go through them one by one. Uniform, endpoint, and random work as expected, so I won't dwell on those. The seed parameter is like a random seed for the roughness. Changing the seed will alter the noise pattern, and the noise strength accumulates with each stroke. Enabling auto-seeding means the seed changes with each stroke. Next, fixed shape. When disabled, the noise brush keeps working until you release the mouse button. Check it. Noise brush works one time and won't work unless we release the mouse button and press it again. Now let's talk about the attract brush. It draws the guidelines toward a specific point. When tip is selected, the tips of the guidelines are attracted first. With root selected, it's the roots that get attracted. You can choose between 2 point modes, sphere and projected. Sphere works in a 3D area, while projected works in a projected area. Now continuous attract. When this is checked, the attracting center moves along with the cursor, but it might look a bit unnatural. To solve that, we have random control. It helps create a more natural result. Next is range control, which determines the attracting range. Larger values mean smaller attracting ranges, and vice versa. Meanwhile, there are two attracting positions, hair and brush. Hair refers to the guideline closest to the brush center, while brush refers to the center of the brush. Now let's move on to the weight brush. It comes with 3 parameters, increase, decrease, and smooth. These help you paint weight smoothly for a smoother dynamic animation. It's really gentle, as you can see. Check display grayscale for nice visual. Now let's dive into the next practical brush, clone. First, hit clone source and sample the area you want. Then click Clone Draw to clone the sample. Here's a tip for efficiency. Select Clone Draw first. Then hold Shift to sample and draw the hair. Rotation angle determines the degree of each rotation. By the way, you can enable Preview Source to visualize clones. Lastly, we have the color brush. It's for creating guideline selections by painting guidelines with different colors. Check Show Hair Color to show color. Brush color determines the color of brush. If we disable real-time update, the guideline color can be shown after we release the mouse button. Enable it to see the updated color in real time. Assign color assigns the current color to selected guidelines. Selects all guidelines in the current color group with one click. Add as new guidelines to the color group. Delete all removes all color groups and resets the colors. Delete active remove the current color group and reset the guidelines in this group to their initial color. We also have an undo option to undo the last operation, including color painting and color group editing. Let's take this teddy bear with initial guidelines as an example. First, we use the length brush for a rough result. The seams look too rigid, so we use the smooth brush to fix that. Now let's address the uneven density with the density brush. And then we use orange brush to roughly comb the overall direction of guidelines. Compared with the comb brush, orange brush maintains more fluffiness. Then we add some randomness using the noise brush. Also, a checked brush works well in making clumping. That's the brush part.